to Valley View, Valley Forge, Vista Valley, something. One of the ritzier suburbs of Dallas. Two blue-collar guys, Olivas and Backel, bringing you the third period, and this will determine the winner. 2-2 game. Junior Preds Dallas Stars. 17 minutes of hockey. The Preds have dominated the shots on goal, but Dallas took advantage of a couple of power plays to tally there. Lentz throws it deep and goes for a change. Moore comes over the wall. Matthews picks up the loose puck and sends it deep. Parker chases. Fredericks goes for a change, and Lemoyne joins Moore. Out to the far point. Matthews sent it through some traffic, missed wide. Uzel rushes up and keeps the puck deep. Parker right up front of the goal, hits that shin of one of the Dallas kids. Parker going off for the change, and that completes the line. Out comes McNaughton. Lemoyne, McNaughton, and Moore are out. Uzel and Matthews on the blue line, and the puck gets squirted up and into the net. We have a stoppage, going to drop the puck deep in the Stars zone. If you're keeping track of Big Ben, that's up to 12:18 now. 15:52 on the game clock. And the deafening pound of music. And frigid temperatures. I tell you what, Chris, it's many things in this building. Warm is not among them.
No, but it's beautiful outside.
I have not felt a differential temperature gradient like the one we have here. It's about 72 outside. It's about 7 below zero inside. I got the bends when I walked back in the door. All right, Junior Preds with a lot of forecheck pressure, got several whacks at that net. Goaltender stands up, unfurls his full height, and looks down on Evan Moore. Moore's a tall kid. That doesn't happen very often. The goaltender is 6'5", with the helmet 6'9", with the skates 7'2", and in his mid to late 40s. Smokes a pack and a half of cigs a day. McNaughton with a point-blank shot on net. Nice little pass by Lemoyne to McNaughton. McNaughton put one off the goaltender's leg pads. And now Matthews shoulders a kid off the puck and pinches him. Uzel got on the wrong side of his forward, but was still able to knock him off his feet. So the two Junior Pred defensemen doing their job. Pass through the neutral zone. Dallas tipped that one, so no icing. Lemoyne ran it down and is in a battle. Just got boarded by number 10. No call. Lemoyne went in head first to the boards. Wasn't that hard of a shot, though. Now sweeping through is Marshall. Marshall tried to hit Frandina, pinching up. Frandina got caught a little high, but Huntington almost had his back. Huntington couldn't quite close the distance. Frandina stepped all the way up, and that sent one of the Stars flying behind him. He was able to put a little move on Fogle right at the end, and the ultimate shot was actually a fairly simple backhand flip into the net. Didn't need to put much on it. Huntington, Marshall, and Durrett remain on the ice. Peller and Frandina on the blue line. Into the neutral zone it comes. Peller picks the kid up. He sent one that was going to go over the crossbar, but Fogle didn't want to take any chances with it. He was able to reach it, and he gloved it down. Chris, it feels like we're in a strip club now. We only need the song Cherry Pie by Warrant, and we'll have the two staples. Neither Chris nor I has ever been to a strip club. I just want to make that perfectly clear.
Just heard about it.
Yeah. Dave Frandina actually brings back a lot of like matchbook covers from different ones around the country. Dallas gets that one in front, and big 75 for the Stars. Almost got a whack at it. Someone finally got it through traffic onto Fogle, who steered it wide. Dallas tried centering that one. Nobody home but Durrett. Durrett and Marshall, little miscommunication, but Huntington picks him up. Durrett sends it deep, rimmed around behind the goaltender. Marshall got blocked out of that play, but Huntington kicked it up to Marshall. Marshall across and put Peller on his backhand. Peller collects it, sent it in. The goaltender looks like he lost sight of that for a second. Goaltender reacted late to that one, but was able to suck it up with no rebound. Peller just kind of looped it in. There wasn't a lot on that shot, and that might have crossed up the goalie. You never know what the puck might have been in front of with regard to sight line. There are black railings here, and the puck gets knocked right in the goalie's line of sight with a black background. It's almost impossible to see it. Parker's line comes in. Garrett leans over, gets it to Fredericks. Fredericks pokes it out to Uzel. Uzel and Matthews out on the blue line. Uzel keeps it in. Lentz up the far wall. It only made it as far as the half wall. Uzel, who was about to change, Peller had 1 foot over the wall, but he had not touched the ice yet. Up into the slot comes Fredericks. Fredericks into the goalie. The goalie doesn't know where it is, but he does have possession of it, and it falls out of his equipment for a stoppage. Rudy Sarzo, the guy who plays bass on this song, was on the commute, Chris Backel.
Was he?
Yes, he was. And for fans of the Iditarod, which is a week from today, Saturday, March 7th, on Monday, every question I had about the Iditarod 1,000-mile dog sled race was answered by one of the few women who's ever completed the Iditarod, Meredith Mapes. She'll be on the show, and she's running it again this year. So tune in and have all of your Iditarod questions addressed. That one finally goes in. Preds with 750 shots on goal. Fredericks paying for it in the crease, getting whacked from all directions, hung in there and sent it in. 3-3 is the score. Ethan was the man in the crease. This is the man in the box, Chris. Chris Backel doing some deep thinking on thoughts like, how come $1,000 bars or $100,000 bars are now named $100,000? Why did they change, Chris?
I'm not sure.
They got about half size smaller. Remember the giant Charleston chews?
I remember the marathon bars.
Marathon bars? I didn't like those. Those got caught in my teeth. All right, up the wall comes Moore. He's got McNaughton and Lemoyne, all three forwards, going shoulder to shoulder down the ice. Dallas was able to get it off their stick, though. And now Frandina gets it off a kid's stick. That one dribbles over to the side of the net. One of the Stars got a little too deep, or he might have had a shot at that one. Frandina pokes it ahead to Lemoyne. Frandina paid for that. Lemoyne pushed it into the neutral zone. Dallas got it back in, but everybody was offside, so the Preds collected. Defenseman going for a change. Matthews is on the ice. Peller going to follow Frandina, and Uzel steps on. Dallas rims it around to the far wall. That gets kicked on to Jack Marshall's stick. He has to hold up because the Preds were offside. Here we go. Marshall all by himself. High in the slot. Puts, just off the goaltender's leg pad. Marshall found himself with no D around him. Dallas got caught on a busted change, and Marshall put one in on net. Dallas works it out all the way across the ice, near side and in. Matthews gets there first, bank pass to Uzel. Uzel sent it a little further up the wall. Dallas intercepted. We have a battle to Fogel's right. Fogel dove to his right. Matthews actually had the puck on his left. That one just crept out past the blue line for an offside. 11:43 remaining. Preds have never had the lead, but they've been able to come back from being down. They've tied up the game 3-3. Def Leppard starts crooning to us. Garrett Parker leans in. He's got Fredericks and Lentz with him. Over to Uzel. Uzel to Fredericks. Fredericks to Uzel. Uzel front on the net. Lentz got his stick taken out. Lentz had a whack at that one too. Parker circled back to take the D spot and is able to grab that puck. Dallas has to waste a lot of time here. They had a forward deep behind the net. He had to come back and tag. Fogel left that one for Uzel, who got it up to Fredericks. Fredericks taking a look for a target, found Parker. Far wall, Parker, nice little poke to Matthews. Matthews skates by Lentz, who had to tiptoe in the tulips to stay onside. Matthews runs it all the way around behind the defenseman. He's still on the puck. Penalty coming on the Preds. Dallas gets it into the neutral zone where Uzel knocks it down for the touch. And it looks like Fredericks is going to be in the box. He what? Hit from behind, says our spotter, Brandon Olivas. Wait a minute, it's not Fredericks at all. My apologies, it's Matthews. The ref was looking at Fredericks the whole time. I guess he was going to see if Fredericks and the kid he was chin to chin with were going to come to blows. They did not. Matthews goes to the box, 2 minutes, cross-check. So the Junior Preds find themselves in another penalty kill, 10:59 remaining. Just relax, people. Breathe in, breathe out. right, Moore and Lemoyne are going to start the penalty kill with Peller and Frandina. Drop coming just outside our zone near side, and just as they were singing breathe in and breathe out, play begins. The puck drops. Lemoyne takes a kid into the wall. Frandina takes another one into the wall. Dallas is able to find an open man with each successive pass, though, until someone, that was Frandina. Frandina said, heck with this, shot it all the way down the ice. Dallas has to collect and try to get past the aggressive forecheck of Caden Lemoyne. Now Moore is in as the lead man. Lemoyne all the way across the ice. He had that kid targeted for termination. It comes back to Peller. Peller up high off the glass. Evan Moore gets it the rest of the way out where Dallas collects it in the neutral zone. Onto the far point and then back into their zone. Dallas collecting, trying to work their breakout near side and do. Peller thought he had that puck for a second. It got by him. Frandina again whacks it all the way around and out, back into Dallas's zone. Preds on a change. Here comes Durrett. Durrett and McNaughton are on for forward, at forward. I had the wrong preposition there. Peller and Frandina still on the blue line, guarding Harry Fogle. To the near side, Durrett goes into the wall with a couple of stars and comes away with it. McNaughton got enough on it to get it out. Dallas tags up, near side blue line. Can't get it past. Who is that? Peller. Zach Peller, the penalty-killing manimal. Peller doing what he do. Dallas, another crazy rebound off that back wall. It ends up on the back of the net. The ref let it go to see what their players were going to do with it. Rather than knocking it off, Peller just boxes out, and the play is called dead. 9:28 remaining, 29 seconds left in the power play. Third period, 3-3. Preds came back from a 2-0 deficit, gave up the first goal of the third, and then pounded back. Of all the Guns N' Roses song, why would they play this one?
Probably the only one she knows.
Huh. As we get into a loving mood here today, Preds again. Who is that? Lentz kept that one out. 20 seconds remain on the penalty kill. Lentz and Parker are joined by, looks like Uzel and Fredericks. One true defenseman is out there. Well, Lentz is on. Lentz cycled back to defense for this penalty kill, as there is a defenseman in the box. We are short of D today, only 4 of them for the Preds. Lentz can play D when he needs to. Matthews is out of the box, takes the puck fresh out of the box and throws it deep. So the genius of the personnel move there is that Lentz shifts immediately to forward, and he is out with his line mates, Parker and Fredericks. The 3 of them are joined by Uzel and Matthews. A versatile player gives the coach options, and that one was worked to perfection. Uzel with a poke check. Created some havoc, and the Preds got the puck. Matthews, center of the ice, taking a look into the neutral zone. Goes back into his zone and falls down, able to get it out to Fredericks. Fredericks trying to hit Huntington, knifing through the middle, put that pass just a little too far in front of him. Dallas grabbed it and sort of whipped it back into our zone. That gets banked into the Dallas zone. Preds were trying to change around that play. That looked a little bit strange as yellow jerseys were coming and going. Uzel's got it, sends it up the wall. Dallas kicked it back into our zone. They beat everyone to the puck. Nice hustle by number 2 on the Stars. Matthews sends it out of harm's way. The point man far side, steps high slot all by himself, sends one in, and Fogle gloves it down. Junior Preds had all the forwards tied up around Fogle, left a lot of open space between the blue line and the faceoff dot. So the defenseman marched all the way up and took a shot. 7:45 remains. 12:31 on Big Ben. We're going to try to make it to 13 minutes, but Chris, I don't think we will. No, says Chris Backel. Connor McNaughton leans in. The referee admonishes one of the Dallas Stars, and we drop the puck. Preds win the draw clean. Zach Peller up to, is that Huntington or Moore? That's Moore. Moore sent it forward to McNaughton. Icing is waved off. That got tipped. Dallas got there first, but McNaughton took the kid the heck out of the play. McNaughton working behind the net again. Lemoyne on the near side half wall picks that one up. He and McNaughton. McNaughton again. Centerman all over the ice. Lemoyne to the near point. Peller puts it through traffic. Dallas kicked that one away, but right onto the backhand of Evan Moore, who sent one into the goalie. Moore didn't get a lot on that one, but just enough for the goalie to have to make a quick save. That earns the Preds a face-off deep in the Dallas zone to the goaltender's left, far dot. McNaughton leans in. Moore and Lemoyne still with him. Peller and Frandina near to far on the blue line. Referee now admonishing Caden Lemoyne, and as a result, kicks Connor McNaughton out of the face-off dot. Not a lot of drop-off for the Preds, as Evan Moore is typically a centerman. Moore just as good at face-offs. Dallas can't whip that puck out. Stick was being held up by Caden Lemoyne. Finally, they do throw it all the way down for an icing. We're going to swap out the forward line and face it off again deep in the Dallas zone. Parker comes out with Fredericks and Lentz. Frandina and Pell are going to stay in on the blue line. 12:33 on Big Ben, 7:05 on the game clock. Shots are 34-19 in favor of the Preds, but the score is tied at 0. Parker ties this kid up, and Fredericks stepped in and whippled. That's whistle and whip. They had a love child named Whipple. He was also the grocer in the Charmin commercials. Now a big battle ensues, and the ref is probably going to call 4, 5, 6 kids for a penalty here. Or it might just be Dallas. Junior Preds will have a power play with 6:51 remaining as number 27 for the Stars goes to the box. What was the call? Oh, so a Pred had dropped their stick and it was whacked by one of the Stars. And he is now in the bad boy box. Dallas wins the draw and sends it into the junior Pred bench with a little bit of aggression. Everyone on the bench, Chris, they had to move it. Looks like Caden Lemoyne is going to go to the box. He did have the Dallas kid's stick held up. Did they call the hook? Hooking is the call.
So this song was from Madagascar.
Madagascar and the king. What was the king's name? What was it? King Julian. Nice! Brandon Olivas on the save. King and Cedric the Entertainer, I believe, was his sidekick, but it was King Julian singing, I like to move it. All right, the penalties are only 5 seconds apart.
That's a great movie.
All those movies are good.
Yeah, they are.
And we go right to one of the more deplorable human beings to ever grace MTV, Billy Idol. This, of course, originally done by Tommy James and the Shondells, but we got Billy Idol's version. Billy Idol, not a nice person, Chris.
No?
No.
Did he refuse to come on the commute?
No, I haven't asked him. I don't want his ilk. I want good, wholesome people like Ace Von Johnson of LA Guns this week. A language advisory if you listen to the guy from LA Guns this week. He's in rare form. As the commute continues with a whole string of celebrities coming on the show. It's been a good run. All right. Up the wall it goes. Charging in goes Frandina. Couldn't get him the pass, though. Frandina now battling behind the net. Had his stick being held by one of the Stars. So Frandina did the smart thing and applied a little pressure to the rib cage. That one gets sent around Peller and back into Fogel's wicket. He's able to put a big bear paw on top of it for a stoppage. Now one of the more iconic movie scenes comes to mind. Did you ever dance in your underpants to this song, Chris? Chris Backle said no, but his eyes said yes.
I was more fit then.
You were what?
More fit when this movie came.
Oh, yeah. Chris Backle, he was wearing underpants, but not where they were supposed to go. I'll leave that to your imagination. Chris Backle with social commentary that I will just leave right there. All right, Dallas trying to work it on that far post, not able to get it past Harrison Fogel, and we're charging on the counterpunch. McNaughton and Moore breaking in. McNaughton gets around his defenseman. Moore goes to the front of the net. McNaughton can't get it to him. Dallas, nice job on the back check. Now they're coming on the counterpunch through the neutral zone. Evan Moore trying to chase the kid down. He has to hold up because the Stars are on a change. Moore and the Dallas Star just had a meeting of the minds over in front of the Preds bench. that some of the Dallas parents took exception to. Now Chance Uzel has it, throws it in toward the net. Goaltender collects it and leaves it for one of the forwards to start the counterpunch. Moore going for the change. Huntington made it onto the ice. He's with, Matthews and Uzel.
5 more seconds left.
5 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then the Preds will have a 5-second penalty kill. Here comes Dallas. A brief, and I mean brief power play. It's already over. Lemoyne is out of the box. Teams are skating 5 aside. Big battle to Fogel's flank. Dallas comes away with it to the near half wall, and they're trying to cycle it behind the net. Huntington works his way through a big forecheck by Dallas. Looked like they had Huntington's stick for a second there. He pulled it free. Matthews sends it up the wall, but it looks like we've got another penalty coming. Or not? What was the whistle? It was suggested that the net was off its moorings. Here comes another song that took 18 minutes to write, Chris. This song was written on the back of a cocktail napkin. I don't know if that's actually auto-tune or if the person is singing into a synthesizer. This song voted the most auto-tuned song in the history of rock and roll. Garrett Parker somehow won that draw. Parker on his hands and knees kicks it back to Peller, and Peller gets it forward. Dallas, rough and tumble play on that wall. Get it away from the Preds. Peller's got it, sends it to Lentz. Lentz kicked it off the wall, put it a little bit behind Parker, so we're still battling. Now it's made it up to the blue line for Dallas, still battling. Parker walks away with it into the high slot. Parker, I'm sorry, that was Fredericks. Parker and Fredericks were working that one. 19, 10, and 18 all look the same when the bottom of the jersey is tucked in. Dallas somehow got that one past Peller, and here they come. That must have kicked off the wall funny. Peller looked like he had full control of it. Peller dumps it back to Fredericks. Fredericks far half wall. Has a little trouble with it. Tried to get it to Parker, gets it back. That one ultimately gets whipped out by Frandina. Here comes Frandina going with Lentz. Frandina backdoor pass to Parker. Parker had that one smacked from behind. Good back check by the Stars. Into the zone they come. He ain't going to outrun Lemoyne. The only person who can do that is the Flash and Thomas Durrett. And has anyone seen Thomas Durrett and the Flash in the same room at the same time? Was that not a trip?
That was a trip.
Wow. Referees obviously have better things to do than call real penalties. Here comes Lemoyne. 3 minutes to go. Lemoyne crashes all the way through. McNaughton had his stick lifted over his head by Dallas. Lemoyne tried to feed it to him right in front of the net. That one gets smacked in from the far point by Uzel, and the goaltender doesn't give up a rebound. Face-off deep in the Stars zone. We're up to 12:41 on Big Ben. We're down to 2:51 on the game clock. Lemoyne, Moore, centered by McNaughton. Peller and Frandina near to far. I'm sorry, that's Matthew. Boy, just the opposite. Matthews and Uzel near to far. Uzel slid that one through the crease. Preds couldn't grab it. Moore toppled down. He looked like a redwood tree going down there. He was going down slow as he was losing that edge. Here comes Dallas. Far. Spotter says it's going to be a high sticking call on Dallas. We haven't seen the indication yet, but it is on the Stars. It is indeed high sticking.
Former Thunder player Levi Adcock.
Levi Adcock possibly opening the door for a Preds power play victory here. 2:31 on the game clock, 2 minutes on the power play in a tie ball game. 3-3. Junior Pred power play line will be Huntington centering Parker and Lentz. We've got Uzel and Peller on the blue line. Uzel getting rewarded for a lot of shots on goal today. And we've got Peller. Peller, the special teams specialist on the blue line. Up to Uzel. Uzel rims it around behind the goaltender where Lentz gives chase. He's got Parker behind him. Parker had it for a second, gets it back over to Peller, back to Parker. High slot. Parker dumps it for Peller. Peller's now in the high slot, moves over to the wall and looks for a target. Peller rims around to Huntington, back in the quarterback position. Huntington gets shoved. I mean shoved off that puck. Uzel makes sure to stick up for his brother Huntington, and Uzel puts a kid on his wallet. Huntington still getting mauled on that far wall. Huntington hanging in there, though. Kicks it over to Lentz. Lentz shovels it, and that looked like a shovel. Over to the special team manimal, Zach Peller. Back around to Huntington. Huntington poking at that puck. He's taking on a kid that weighs 220. That's without his gear. Back to Huntington. Huntington almost still got that one, and Huntington. He was peeling off to take a pass. He might have been able to get that one. Zach Peller goes to get it, and we've got a change in face for the Preds here. Moore, Fredericks, and McNaughton come on with Lemoyne. So we've got one defenseman. I'm assuming Fredericks will take the other point position. Over to Moore, who's on the point. Moore to Frandina. Frandina's on the ice. Fredericks whips one, and that slappy goes wide. Karam's all the way back through the neutral zone. Frandina has to run it down.
50 seconds to go.
50 seconds in the game. 17, now 16 on the power play. Frandina to Fredericks. Cross ice near side to Moore. Moore gets it across and into the zone. He's got Lemoyne going to the net. Moore fights his way through a couple of defensemen. Oh, Lemoyne with a perfect pass to McNaughton. McNaughton fired one on the goal. He kept it out. Boy, nice 1-2 punch by Lemoyne and McNaughton. We're going to do it one more time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time left. Frandina skating it through the middle of the ice. Everyone following. Frandina puts one, used the defenseman as a screen. That one whistled wide. Moore's got it on the near wall. Matthews is on the point, making sure that puck stays in. Lemoyne joins the battle. 3 of us, 3 of them. Moore takes a spill. McNaughton literally got an elbow to the mush. 5 seconds left. Dallas trying to get one more shot, and they ice the puck. Junior Preds might get another whack at this one. There's 1.9 seconds remaining. It's going to be a drop and shoot. But we've seen a few goals off the face-off this year already.
This game would have been over if the scorekeeper ran the clock like she was supposed to.
Chris Backel restating the obvious. Van Halen off the 1984 album. Dallas's coach losing his freaking mind on the bench, yelling to his players to build a picket fence like a soccer game, and that'll do. Dallas they look like the Dallas Cowboys offensive line circa Troy Aikman, where the lightest guy on the field weighed 320. Dallas put a bunch of them shoulder to shoulder in front of the net, and that was that.
Are they going to play overtime?
I don't know that this game matters one way or the other, so a tie is as good as anything else, and it appears Chris Backel is correct. They will play overtime. All right, extra hockey for you.
That's what we needed.
We get paid more, Chris, right?
Yes.
We get a little OT pay.
Believe it or not, they allow an hour and 45, and our game went an hour and 45.
Does that thing go up every minute?
Yeah.
So that's like the clock.
It is. It's 12 to 6. You just now figured that out.
Holy crap.
You just now figured that out, Steve.
No, I knew that all along.
That's that psychologist and not that engineering.
Oh, wow. I do not numbers. All right.
And the light bulb just went off.
Big Ben suddenly makes a little more sense to me.
Oh my God.
That's the clock. Of course. Duh. Who wouldn't know that? All right, we're going to play a 5-minute overtime. Garrett Parker, it's going to be 3-on-3. Parker and Fredericks are out with Frandina. The puck is dropped. Parker ties up his kid. Fredericks almost had that one. Dallas picked it up, can't get it past Frandina. That ramps off of Frandina sticking into the netting. One of my favorite songs from this era, Chris. By a skinny white guy. I didn't know that until I saw the video for this. A Southie from Boston.
Really?
Who the heck is from Boston? You can't trust those people. All right. Dave Frandina's in his own little world in front of us, trying to ignore everything going on, and here come the Preds. Fredericks, one guy to beat. Fredericks does a little stick handle. He frees up some room and puts it into the goaltender. Dallas's goalie kept the angle on him. Fredericks, nifty little move to free up some space. Goaltender's frustrated him a couple of times now. Fredericks got the last laugh on one. Here we go. Preds got numbers. 2-on-2 over to Parker. A little too far in front. Parker's going to get control of it, though. Parker's got Frandina kind of bird-dogging back and forth on the blue line. Fredericks trying to open himself up for Garrett. Parker ended up in a crowd and lost the puck. Now Dallas comes in 1-on-2. They threw a shot. Fogle had no problem at that one. All the way down it goes, and icing will be the call.
We got someone hurt.
Someone just got decked against the far wall. I think it was Garrett Parker. Parker gets up slow. He was going for a change anyway. He'll get a little bit of time to shake that one off on the bench. Heller, Lemoyne, and Moore are out. 4 minutes even remaining in the 3-on-3 overtime. 3-on-3, 3-2-3 after 3. Dallas wide open in front. Nice job by Fogle to keep his head on that one. Fogle didn't lose his cool. Lemoyne knew he was going to get hit, hung in there anyway, and is going to, I thought he was going to end up with that puck. Nice job by Dallas. Zach Peller, penalty killing manimal, and Peller's got it. Peller's got Moore skating ahead of him. Moore had a guy all over him. That's going to go in offside. Peller and Moore leave it and go tag up. Lemoyne going for a change. Dallas going D to D, waiting for their forward to change. That was the young LaHaye. He goes off in favor of a new forward. Dallas changing out another of their kids. Preds have Durrett, McNaughton, and Peller out. Peller will go for a change soon. Dallas coming down. McNaughton and Durrett are about to pick up their forwards. Dallas can't get it through the stick of Peller. Peller got tripped bad. Peller would have had a breakaway. Peller again. Special team manimal. Zach Peller took 2 steps into open ice, and he got his feet ripped out from under him. Not typically a penalty here in Dallas, but I guess the ref felt he had no choice.
He doesn't agree with me.
And number 27 feels that him ripping feet out should not be a penalty. Rather upset by the call. Now when it's 3-on-3, we don't play 3-on-2 for a penalty. We get an extra attacker. So the junior Preds have 4. Frandina and Fredericks join McNaughton and Moore. We got the Fs and the Ms. Here we go. Fredericks crosses the blue line, and the Preds enter the offensive zone. Taking their time, setting up a play. Frandina has it high. Gets it to the high slot near side. Frandina again slots it over to Fredericks. Fredericks on the face-off dot. Back to Frandina, over to Moore. Moore through the ice. Fredericks sent one just past the crossbar. Fredericks wanted that near post. The near crossbar indeed, the near post. Sorry about that. Fredericks has it. Fredericks nonchalanted that one and almost gave it away. Frandina chased it down. Got it to Moore, back to Frandina. Here we go. Frandina into the zone. Frandina and Fredericks go over, almost kissed each other. That's very sweet. Back to Frandina. Frandina, they've got McNaughton in front of the net, Moore far side. Frandina in the middle, throws it in the middle. I think McNaughton got a piece of that one. Goaltender's able to keep it out of the net. McNaughton to Frandina. Frandina again, goaltender blockers that one aside. Frandina put that one right on net. Fredericks to Frandina high, back to Fredericks in the near slot. Fredericks puts it through. Use the defenseman as a screen. The goaltender picks it off again. Dallas rims it around, can't get it out. Moore cross ice to Fredericks. Fredericks again and put it on net. McNaughton might have gotten a tip on that one, and the goal keeps it out. Moore sweeps through and gets the loose puck. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. 1.5 in the period. Fredericks didn't look before he shot that one. He might have wanted to. That hit a kid right in front of him, but Frandina picks him up. Frandina back to Fredericks. Fredericks back to Frandina. High middle. Over to Moore, far high slot. Moore to Frandina. One-timer. Goaltender saw that one the whole way. Kicks it wide. Fredericks picks it up. Dallas is in a little triangle, and they're tired. Not a lot they can do with this. They flip it up, and it went off the scoreboard, so we're going to... Went off Big Ben. The numbers on Big Ben reflect the accurate time. I don't know if anybody realizes that, but if you're checking your watch, it is 12:52. That's Central Time, Chris. That's what confused me. I just came from California. Hey. All right, Preds have 4 seconds remaining on this 3-on-3 power play, which makes it a 4-on-3. Dallas wins the draw, can't get it up. Peller picks it up. Peller gets mushed against the near wall. Lentz is out with him. Teams are skating 4 aside now in a rather unusual 3-on-3 configuration. We're playing 4-on-4 because of the way the penalty worked. Parker just got destroyed. Holy cow. Parker wants to punch somebody, and there's nobody near him but yellow jerseys. Now somebody picks up the cause for Garrett. One of the Preds engaged in a little fisticuffs with one of the Dallas kids that took Parker down. Parker got lifted off his feet and creamed into the boards. Parker came up swinging. I think he actually punched Cannon Lentz, so Lentz went after the Dallas kid. Lentz is getting put in the box. Dallas's kid, I believe, is getting removed. Referee said he is out of the game and said he cannot stay on the bench. That might have been number 27 again, who was already. What?
Number 2.
Oh, number 2. All right. Number 2 making his way to the Dallas Stars locker room. If this goes as it typically does, he will not be allowed to play in the next game, which will be at 5:15 this evening Central Time. And if you are looking for something interesting to do on Saturday night, I guess we'll talk to you tomorrow.